Hopefully today we won't be burning our kitchen down. That's how much I love potatoes. I was this close of giving up. I'm gonna be dead today. Welcome back to another cooking recipes that I've saved on my Instagram and that I should probably start making series. I still don't have a name for it. I'm just doing things. I'm just trying things, you know. We are gonna spin the wheel and see what we get. Last time we had a lot of fun with it, but let's see if these ones can fill the S tier, because right now we only have 8 tiers and 1 C tier. So let's spin the wheel. So the first recipe that we're making, it's a Spanish omelette. If you guys didn't know, I kind of lived in Spain and grew up there. So this is very nostalgic for me. So I'm very excited to make this. Actually, it looks quite good and not that complicated. Let's spin for the second recipe, which is gonna be a sweet recipe, and that's gonna be black sesame crackers. Also, I love this creator. You're probably gonna see her a lot. And now for the final spin, the final recipe, it's gonna be another savory one. But let's see what recipe we get. Some fluffy steamed bao buns. Now I've tried bao buns before, but I've never actually made them. So I'm kind of scared. They're probably gonna turn out horrendous.
I'm just putting out them.
Okay, yes, wish me luck. So let's start cooking our first recipe, which is the Spanish omelette. If you go to Spain and you don't have this, have you even been to Spain? The answer is obviously no. But you know, you do you.
Stop it. Get some help.
Obviously for this we need a lot of potatoes. I only have small ones. Then obviously onion. To make this vegan we're using tofu and soya milk. And what is gonna make this recipe taste like egg, black salt. So we filled our potatoes and now we're just gonna chop them up into cubes. By the way, this recipe is for 2 people apparently. The original one was for 4, so I just kind of halved it. I'm a potato by heart. I feel like potatoes are so underrated. They're so cute and there's so many cultures that use them in so many creative ways. I could just do a video about potatoes, just like I did for cookies. My culture literally introduced potatoes to Europe. If someone knows about potatoes, it's my family and me. Now let's go over to the stove before we keep on rambling about potatoes and our love for it.
A few inches later.
So we have to wait for this to become hot. I'm so impatient, I always put the onions from the very beginning. I'm afraid I'm gonna burn this somehow. But again, we're trying to improve our cooking abilities, following instructions. I'm just not good at following recipes. I think that's hot. Also, I think they say to use yellow onions, but I only have red onions. They're onions, right? Pretty sure it's gonna be fine. We can do this. The recipe doesn't look that complicated. I think that's why I saved it. I don't talk about this a lot, but as someone with ADHD, I just get distracted so easily and start japping and rambling about whatever, or go and do other stuff while I'm cooking. I need simple recipes to make. I couldn't cook rice, and all of my cakes would literally overflow or somehow explode, even though I only filled it like max halfway through. Anyways, these are translucent. So now, potatoes, the star of the show. Apparently we have to put a bit of salt and black pepper. We're just putting it until it looks like I've put enough. Now this starts to smell like a Spanish tortillas, which I'm liking a lot. Childhood memories, guys, right here in the making. Okay, now we have to add some water and let it steam for around 20 minutes. Now while this is doing its thing, we're gonna go mix the ingredients in the blender. It smells so good already.
10 seconds later.
So I'm too lazy to go take out the big blender and then also washing it afterwards. So I'm using the immersion blender. Hopefully I don't make a mess and I don't regret my decision. Here we're gonna make basically all the ingredients that are left, which is plain tofu, soya milk, some cornstarch, and the star ingredient that took me forever to find. So you better give this video a big thumbs up, because this is what I do for you guys. Something called rice starch, but also known as white rice flour. So we got our tofu right here. If you eat tofu and you don't crumble your tofu instead of chopping it into cubes, you're missing out, because it literally creates always the best textures. Cornstarch first, that kind of looks like half. Soya milk, and then our weird ingredient. Okay, how do you open this? Okay, I probably need scissors for this before I make a mess. Yeah, I'm already making a mess, doesn't matter. This is kind of one. Then we need some salt and also some black salt. Now we just have to blend it. Let's pray for the best. Quite happy with the consistency, I think. Now we just have to wait for the potatoes to be cooked and then we can finish this. That was quick, that wasn't that hard. This kind of looks like my kiwi mayo that I've actually already shared on my Substack, which is one of my go-to recipes. Anyways, let's clean up a bit and then we shall be ready for finishing the Spanish tortilla.
A few moments later.
Now what we need to do is put this mixture here and mix it together. I'm trying to use the minimal amount of equipment because I'm lazy and I don't want to clean up. Oh, look at that. And it smells so good. Now this is the time where I'm probably gonna mess up somehow. We need to fry it for 2 minutes, reduce to low heat, and then put it in the grill / broiler. So for once I have to pay attention. We're gonna do this, we can do this. No, okay, now it's going in. Now it's going in. Spread, 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 spread. I like how half of the mixture is on my fingers. I feel like the 2 minutes are already up, so I might be burning it. I'm trying to get everything out because in this economy, food waste has to be kept at a minimum. Okay, I feel like 2 minutes are already up, so we have to cover it and then reduce to the lowest setting. And now it should be cooking for 15 minutes. Also, my camera is about to die, so I'm gonna also take care of that.
15 minutes later.
Okay guys, so 50 minutes are up. So we're just gonna check. Okay guys, it's time. Let's cross our fingers that this actually works. 8 minutes. Let's pray for the best. 8 minutes are up. I almost burned my face off. Oh, hot, hot, hot. Okay, so I did kind of burn myself. Now apparently we're supposed to flip this into a plate. And I almost burned myself again. Oh, I'm so nervous for this. Okay. I mean, it did kind of come out of the pan. Oh my god, guys, look at that. Okay, I did something. I almost burned myself again. Why did I do that? We can just pretend that everything came out clean out of the pan. Who's gonna know? Apart from everyone watching this video. I mean, you guys, look at that. If that doesn't look like a normal Spanish tortilla, I don't know what does. It's time to try our first course. Smells so good. If this turns out good, I might start just making this like on repeat.
My ADHD brain is gonna get obsessed with this.
Okay, let's cut into this. You can't tell me that looks like I just made it with real egg. Now I'm very excited to try this. Bon appetit. Stop it.
Get some help.
This is the most authentic Spanish tortilla I've tried since I was 5. Where have you been all my life? It's an S tier. I don't need to explain it. I just don't. Go make this. Literally, I have nothing else to say than this is pure bliss and perfection. Damn. This one is quite straightforward and simple. Anyways, let's start with addressing the elephant in the room, which is I don't have black sesame seeds. I have regular sesame seeds. We're just gonna not have black sesame cookies, but sesame cookies, I guess. But for this recipe, we just need to mix everything into a bowl. This is good for future me that doesn't have to clean up everything. So we need 100 grams of this. We're supposed to add walnuts. I don't have walnuts, but I have pecans. So we're adding pecans. They're almost the same thing, come on guys. You can't tell me they're not the same thing. And then another thing I'm changing in this recipe, Chinese jujube dates. I couldn't find them anywhere. So we're using raisins.
I hate raisins.
I think this right here is devil food. So am I excited to try this? Not really. Now to this we're supposed to add maltose. I don't have maltose, but I have maple syrup. I don't have a lot of stuff for this recipe, I'm so sorry. This is probably gonna be the recipe that I'm not following the most. The one thing I do have is a flax egg. At least I have one of the ingredients. So now it's time to put them in the tray. So I don't have round things to press them on, but I have Christmas cookies. This is harder than it looks like. I love how I was saying a second ago how this recipe is supposed to be the easiest one, and it might just be the most messy. Now let's take this out. I mean, it kind of worked. I think we're just gonna do 2 shapes and see where that leads us. We're doing something. Why couldn't we make one recipe without making a mess? Anyways guys, the cookies are ready to be baked. I made a huge mess, which we're not going to talk about. I was so confident about this recipe, and now my confidence is a level 2 out of 10. Let's just bake them, okay? But these cookies look so good. Hopefully it won't taste a lot like raisins. They look crispy. So here is our non-black sesame cookie that's supposed to be black.
Naming progress.
This reminds me of this thing I used to eat as a child that was like super sweet, so I could only eat like a piece of it. This is like a less sweet version of it. Actually, I'm not mad with raisins, but I'm gonna put this in a B tier. Like, I like it, but I don't know if it's for me. That's why it goes to the B tier. 2 out of 3 recipes that have turned out quite good. Let's go to the final recipe, which actually I'm quite excited to try. Now for the final recipe, which is bao buns, we need to kind of make something ahead, which is the bao bun itself. I'm doing half of the recipe. We're just gonna measure the flour first. Boop, 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 boop. The good thing about this recipe is that we don't have to sieve. Now we have instant yeast, that looks good enough, and a pinch of salt. Oh no, we mix. Then we need 60 grams of water, and since I have the recipe, just a tiny bit of this, and now we mix it. Oh my god, I just realized I'm doing half the recipe and I did a full teaspoon. I think it's gonna be fine, right? I don't think anything bad happens if you put too much yeast.
Hopefully.
Plus, I think our yeast is quite old, so it might not even work. It might taste very yeasty, perhaps. But if it does, it's my fault, okay? It's not the recipe's fault. And now we need to knead this for 5 minutes. Okay, it's very sticky. Why is it becoming more sticky? Not supposed to become more sticky. I think I did something wrong. If we add more flour, would that fix it? Okay, let's just develop the gluten. Just trust the recipe.
Eventually.
So I added a bit more flour. Now it seems to be working. See? It's not sticky. And now we're just gonna roll it into a bowl and cover it and put it in the bowl. And then we'll be back to do the rest. Look how cute that is.
Later.
Half an hour has kind of gone by, so we need to start making the filling. So for that, we're gonna chop an onion, carrot, and some mushrooms. Quite self-explanatory, really. This recipe is quite easy to make, apart from the dough. So I'm quite surprised I didn't make it yet. And to speed things up a bit, I'm putting everything into a food processor, so it like chops nicely. We wanna make this fast. Also, how cool is this carrot? It's like orangey red. I just love carrots. Also, I'm quite happy I'm not crying because of the onions, so welcome back to my stove. Your favorite part of the kitchen, right? But now this is heating up and we're gonna use some soy sauce. And now that we have this chopped up, we're just gonna add this if it wants to come out. Some spilled out, but we're just gonna ignore that. She uses these meatballs from Morrison or something. Yeah, I can't have those, but I have beans, so that's what I'm using. I forgot to defrost them, but if you have frozen beans, please defrost them and don't be like me. I was trying to break a piece out of the frozen beans, and let's just say my sister is gonna kill me. Anyway, that's that. That's today's kitchen mishap, I guess. Now we're supposed to add some garlic powder, some salt as well, some pepper, and ginger too. Now we mix this. You know what this needs? Some MSG. But again, we're following the recipe, not gonna go too crazy. I think this looks like a filling, right? Now let's go shape these bao buns. Now this is the exciting part, I think.
Moments later.
But look at our little bao bun. Now we're supposed to roll this out, the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to roll this baby up. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna stretch it out like that. We have to divide this into kind of 4 or 5, but I think with 4 it's gonna be enough. Now comes the fun part, which is filling them. We have a bao bun. Stretch it out a bit, and now we fill it. Oh, it's still a bit hot. Now we put a bit of water here in the end, and we close them just like that. Okay, we have our first one. Look at that. Now we just have to do these 3 more times. Not that complicated once you think about it. It's just me that likes to make things complicated. Look at our cute bao buns. And now we're supposed to put them side up, so the part that we used to close it. Now let it cook for 4 or 5 minutes, and then we have to steam them. We can do this, we can do this. So far so good. Today we only broke one thing. That is an achievement in itself. Now it's time to steam them. Okay, hopefully this works.
One debt to society later.
I think they're ready. It's time to go try them. They smell very good. Beans are always the way. I'm just gonna keep saying that until people realize the power of beans. Now for the final taste test. Oh my god, I can't wait. Just look at these beauties. This was a labor of love, to be honest. And the second one was a lot about patience. Anyways, let me just try this. Bon appetit. Whoa. This is good. So I think this is gonna be an A tier because if it had MSG, I think this would be S. Well, I'm very happy with the 3 recipes in this video. I actually did them right. That was it for today's video. We had 3 amazing recipes. I will be making that Spanish tortilla again, for sure. And the bao buns, if I ever need bao buns, now I know I can make them. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up so I know you guys want more of this series, which I'm having a lot of fun with. Also seeing that list go a bit down, it's quite reassuring, you know. It might grow again because I keep saving recipes. So this series is literally a never-ending series. Comment down below which of these 3 recipes you are gonna make, because you're gonna make one of them, right? Last but not least, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of this chaotic chef and some positivity. Have a lovely day, evening or night whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you all in the next one. Imagine putting this Spanish tortilla inside a bao bun. Now that is something that I have to work on. You never really know with me.